There have been fiery clashes in Parliament this afternoon. The Gillard Government is fighting to prevent a vote on the migration law changes to stop a humiliating defeat. Let's go to Lane Calcutt in Canberra. Lane, take us through what happened today.
Hi Wendy. Well, it's certainly been a day of confusion, if nothing else, showing all the signs of a government not knowing exactly what to do. Now, this all began this morning when WA National Tony Crook, the man the government needed to pass the Migration Act, said no, he wouldn't support it. This is Tony Crook explaining why he chose that way.
The United Nations factor was a strong one for me. I think regardless of we're talking about a serious humanitarian issue here. And clearly the opposition in government had a strong position on asylum seekers and on people smuggling, and in the past they've managed it what I think has been managed properly.
Wendy, that certainly sent the government into a tailspin as it tried to save itself from humiliation. There was an emergency cabinet meeting this morning, one this afternoon, and a special caucus meeting is now underway. Ironically, that's been interrupted by the coalition bringing on a division in the House. But losing a vote on a bill would be a huge embarrassment for Julia Gillard. And don't forget, the Prime Minister's always said she wanted this vote, even if it meant defeat, so she could point the finger of blame at the opposition if the votes keep coming. But during the morning, the government moved to put it off, extending debate on lesser bills. So Tony Abbott, as expected, tried to bring it on himself. Let's hear from him in the House earlier this afternoon.
She knows that some of them are not going to support the government's legislation. She knows that if this government tries to put its legislation to the parliament, it will be in crisis. She knows that if the government tries to put its legislation to the parliament, what will in fact happen is that this parliament will effectively vote no confidence in this government. That's what... Well, bring it on. What a shabby, miserable, divided and directionless government this rabble have become.
Wendy, the government says it's actually the opposition that put on extra speakers, not allowing time for a vote this afternoon. But at least they both applauded the visit next month of President Obama. He'll address a joint sitting of Parliament here in Canberra on November 17. Wendy?
Lisa agreeing on one thing today. Thank you for that, Lane.